Hello YouTube, Void here. You might think that I sound kinda low because this is gonna be a sad announcement. But this is just my normal emotion. Nothing exciting's happened yet. It's not really happened here in a long time. Nothing's really happened, but you see, there's something I want to share with you. It's kind of an announcement. Well, 3 of them. So, here's the first announcement. If you go on my channel, you'll see a video called Meet the Threats Mechaniz. And now you might be wondering, why does it say Meet the Threats Mechaniz and not just Meet Mechaniz? Well, that's because I'm doing some sort of Disney villain lineup. I mean, Nate the SpongeBob Amphibia Fan 2025 does do some of these things where he creates his own characters using Gacha Life or Gacha Club or whatever. So I'm starting to do that. So I'm going to create my own version of the Disney villains line called the Void Threats. That's right. I'm going to never mind. But still. So I'm going to make a Disney villains lineup, but instead of Disney villains or villains from different movies, instead, I'm going to be creating my own characters that'll appear throughout different movies. So the first one that I've announced is Mechaniz, but trust me, there will be more soon. I'm planning on making, I thought of a hero team named Unison, so I'm going to make them after I complete the Void Threats line. Here are a couple of clips before we move on to announcement 2.
Soon you're going to get trapped by it, you know. Trapped by an Ultra Beast. Kidding!
Can. Parents concerned about their kids watching machine-made, brain-rotting TV shows should stand for keeping kids' cartoons made by humans by using hashtag #NoAI and posting about their kids' favorite shows.
Okay, now it's time for announcement 2. I'm gonna keep this a bit short and sweet. So you see, lots of YouTubers are leaving YouTube, like Captain Sparkles, MatPat, Garagura, or however you pronounce her name. I think I pronounced it right though. So I wanted to make a series about this. However, I know you didn't want a documentary, so I made things more dramatic and called it YouTube, the Fracture Incident. It's gonna star Shuichi Saihara from the Shuichi Train Tour video, along with some other people who you might know, and some new people you haven't met yet. So, stay tuned for the first episode of that, although it might be a long time before I get ready. Alright, so you might be wondering why Shuichi's in a cup, and the answer is, I thought it would be a cute shot, and it is. But now, it's finally time for the final announcement. So you know those things called crossovers, right? Where one franchise collabs with another franchise to meet up and they go on a large adventure together? Well, some of these people take it further. Take Walter Salmon's cartoon crossovers, for example. He creates 1-second videos where each clip connects with the next. And some people even make movie series called Multiversal Collision. Well, I've always wanted to create a crossover on my channel, and Multiversal Collision is a big crossover. You probably know where I'm going with this. That's right. I'm planning on making a Multiversal Collision. Woo! Yeah, boy. Trust me, it's going to be great. There's going to be Pokemon, K-pop Demon Hunters, Kirby. It's going to blend. It's going to blend with the real world and the TV world in a fight to see who takes over. I haven't figured out the multiversal villain, aka the great antagonist. Oh wait. There might be someone else you wanna meet.
Vorarephilia, often shortened to vor, is a paraphilia characterized by the desire to be consumed by, or to personally consume, another person or creature, or an attraction to the process of eating in general practice. Soft vor fantasies are separated from fantasies of cannibalism, also referred to as hard vor. Because the soft vor victim is normally swallowed alive and whole, the word vorarephilia is derived from the Latin vorare, to swallow or devour, and ancient Greek philia, which means love. Usually, vorarephilic fantasies involve a consumer, usually referred to as predator, or pred for short, ingesting one or multiple victims, sometimes called prey, in some way. Since vorarephilic fantasies cannot be acted out in reality without injuring or killing someone, they are often expressed in stories or drawings as well as roles. Vor is often enjoyed through pictures, stories, videos, and video games. And it can appear in mainstream media. Expressions can involve humans, animals, dragons, giant snakes, and other creatures, real or fictional. In some cases, vorarephilia may be described as a variation of macrophilia and may combine with other paraphilias. Apart from macrophilia, vor fantasies often have themes of BDSM, microphilia, pregnancy fetishism, and anthropomorphized animals. Most vorarephiles are not overly interested in sadomasochism. Instead, they get their pleasure from the psychological aspects, such as a total annihilation of identity. This does not necessarily include suicidal tendencies, but is more often linked to general fantasies of escapism and solitude. There are several variations to the fantasy, often changing the way in which the victim is ingested. Typically, when the victim is consumed orally, artwork may depict what is known as soft vor, meaning that the victim is swallowed whole and enters the stomach of the consumer, then is either left unharmed or digested inside. If the victim is kept safe, also known as endovore or endosoma, the victim can eventually be let out by regurgitation or defecation. Whereas if digestion happens, the victim is usually killed, but may be magically reformed in some cases. The more extreme and less common form of the fetish is hardvore, in which the victim is chewed and torn apart by the consumer, followed by a more gruesome depiction of digestion. All that explaining has made me
Hungry.
And then you're in it, how come you're out? I still don't get it.
Is this your reaction? Highly doubt it. But still. This is a trailer for a brand new threat. That's right. I've literally just announced one threat. And now I've teased a second threat to go with Mechanus. And here he is on screen now. That's his Darkano mask. I'll explain that in one of my projects. So, anywho, hopefully you guys aren't peckish, because my newest threat is going to make you the main course. Wow, that's actually not bad. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.